This is my third time trying to film this because I keep getting annoyed because I go on tangents, so I'm going to try and be more coherent and say what I need to say and do it quickly. Also, I've got a new background. I've decided I had a spur of genius, a moment of genius, where I realised if I put pillows at the end of my bed, I can like lean against them and you can see half my bookcase and my shelf. Today I'm here with my 3-week late March wrap up. I read 7 books in March, which isn't as great as the 11 I done in January, but we're getting there. Halfway through my Goodreads reading challenge and we're only a quarter of the way in the year, so that is fabulous. So this wasn't the first book that I read, but I'm going to show you it first because I don't actually have a copy of it and I don't know if it really counts, but it's on my Goodreads because I read it and it's a book. And that is The Bear and the Piano by David Litchfield. This won its category for the Waterstones Children's Book Prize, not the overall prize, just the picture book one, which is literally about a bear and a piano, and the bear gets like world famous and goes to Broadway, and it's just as beautiful. I gave it 5 stars because I mean, like, how do you judge a picture book's worth? I don't know. The first 2 novels that I read in March were sent to me for review from Black and White Publishing in Edinburgh. The first one was The Dolaker by Caroline Barry. This appealed to me just because, as it says here, Victorian London had Jack the Ripper, Georgian Dublin had the Dolaker. I'm really into the sort of Jack the Ripper type stuff, like Victorian period and then Jack the Ripper kind of crime. Like the fact they don't know who it was, I love it. It appealed to me that this was like similar to that. The fact it was likened to it caught my eye. Basically, this follows 2 characters, Merriman O'Grady, who runs an apothecary shop, and Solomon Fish, who is a broadsheet writer, does like newspaper sort of things, and rents a room from Merriment. The Dolaker is this sort of mystical, so we're going to go with creature, call him a creature. He has a pig's head, it's weird, and he rapes and kills, kind of does the Jack the Ripper sort of thing, and just terrorises the Georgian Dublin people. And Solomon Fish writes about him in the broadsheets, and Merriment doesn't really do much with the Dolaker, but she's got her own little sort of plot points. There's quite a lot of different sort of things going on in this book. It wasn't confusing, although like even though there's quite a few different sort of stories, not massive ones, just little ones, it wasn't confusing. My only complaint was that it was 500 pages long and I felt like that was too long for what this story was. I feel like it was dragged out. It didn't feel too slow, like I wasn't reading it and going, oh, this is taking forever. But I would kind of look and go, oh, I've still got like 500 pages to go. I mean, obviously not because it's only 500 pages, but you get my drift. It just felt like it was too long for what it was. And I don't know if I said I gave this one 3 stars. I've also got a review of The Dolaker, which I will link down below. The second book that I received from Black and White and read this month was Chasing Charlie by Linda McLaughlin. This is a fairly typical contemporary chick lit romance novel. It's not my sort of thing. I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. But the main character, Sam, is stupid. She literally chases Charlie, who is her ex, around London trying to get him back. She doesn't like literally run after him, but you know, which I kind of thought she would do, so I was disappointed at that. There's Charlie, who is a right dickhead. There's Ed, who is a fucking freak. He's a stalker. And then there's Mara, who's probably the only sensible one. Like seriously, Sam doesn't pay her rent to Mara, and Mara just kind of like, she deals with it, but then she's like, no, it's too much. And everyone's like, oh, give her a chance. And I'm like, no, fucking kick her out. She's not paying her rent. The characters were bugging me, but I still enjoyed it. And that's the thing, because they annoyed me, I wanted to know what happened to them, like to see if anyone got what they deserved. I then read The Pomegranate Tree by Vanessa Alton. I read this because a regular customer at work drew my attention to an article in which she complained that she was shelved above John Boyne, who wrote The Boy in the Straight Pyjamas, and she was like, apparently concentration camps are a bit of a nice easy read, but you know, the current Syrian crisis is too much for people to handle, so it has to be top shelved. And I'm like, no, we shelve books alphabetically. Your surname begins with an A. John Boyne's begins with a B. Therefore, you'll be in the top shelf and he'll be a couple below you. It's not that difficult. That aside, I gave this book 5 stars just because, I mean, it's really short, but it packs an awful lot into it. But it follows a girl called Dilvan. I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation. She's 13 and she ends up like apart from her family. She loses them, and it's all about how she's trying to get to safety, but she's trying to get her family, and it's beautiful and heartbreaking, and it really opened my eyes to how the Syrians are. Like, as stupid as it sounds, like we can all say that we know that everyone around the world is human and we're all the same, but it was only when I was reading this and I kind of went, oh yeah, like I related to this character in the sense that I don't know, like I can relate to being a 12, 13-year-old girl. And it was just that sort of recollection of, you know, she had a normal life. She lived a life like mine, just in a different place in the world that had different cultures. And then something terrible happened, and I kind of realised, oh, this could happen to me. And it did really just sort of open my eyes to it, and then it made me even more angry at how rude people are being to the refugees, but that's a completely different matter. I'd highly recommend everyone gets themselves a copy of this. I don't know if it's published anywhere else or outside of the UK, but honestly try and get your hands on it because it's so relevant. You know, it's so important, and I honestly would recommend everyone gives it a shot. I would say that, you know, it's not light-hearted in any sense. There is a part, I'm going to put my hand up because this might be a spoiler, so if you don't want to risk it in case you think it's a spoiler, if you're very, like, it's not a massive spoiler, but if you are sensitive to spoilers and don't want to know anything, then wait till the hand goes down. There's a part in this book where Dilvin is with her sisters, and basically they're trying to escape. I think it's American soldiers who are going to kill them, or maybe it's ISIS, I'm not sure. But basically there's a girl who's helping Dilvin and her sisters get to safety, and she's like, I'm going to go and check it's safe if they come. She basically says, you know, don't go without a fight, and she hands her a grenade. Like, this 13-year-old girl is being told to blow herself and her like 9 and 4-year-old sister up just so that the soldiers don't win, and I'm just like, you know. So yeah, I gave this one 5 stars. Please please pick it up if you see it. I then read 2 World Book Day books, Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Ribble and Spot the Difference by Juno Dawson. So I read this one first. This was my first Rainbow Ribble book. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I haven't seen Star Wars, never seen any of them. I have no notion to see them. It's not my thing. This book is about a girl who loves Star Wars and queues for like 4 days to see it. I cannot relate to that in the slightest. But it was still, you know, I fairly enjoyed it. I can't really remember much about it. How many stars did I give it? Like 3? Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. I think just because I enjoyed Rainbow Rowell's writing, and I don't know, I can't remember anything about this book, so I'm very sorry. I think for what it was, for the fact it cost me 50p, I can't complain. It was good enough, and I have realised I probably need to get on to Eleanor and Park and Fangirl and Carry On sometime soon, because I can't have this being the only Rainbow Rowell book I've read. Spot the Difference was my first Juno Dawson book. I've not read any of her other books. I've not read any of them written under James Dawson either. Can't remember too much about this either, apart from the fact that it's that girl that has spots and then has this miracle cream. I gave this 3 stars as well. As far as I know, I enjoyed it. I definitely want to read more of Juno's stuff, and again, for 50p, I can't complain. And the last book I read in March is the book that all books have to beat for the next, not even the next year, forever. I have a feeling that this will be my best book of 2016 because I can't imagine anything else topping it. On the Other Side by Carrie Hope Fletcher. I still can't talk to you all about this. It's embargoed until release date in July. I'm not allowed to, you're not even allowed to see the inside. I literally am only allowed to show you the cover. All I can tell you is that I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I know I was sent this in exchange for an honest review, and I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I finished this book and I sobbed. I literally finished this book and just hugged it as I cried. I'm sorry to hear Mom shouting at the cat in the background, but I was worried when I got this because I love Carrie and I've been so excited for this book. Like, I know she can write songs and stuff, but I was like, what if this isn't as good as I'm hoping it will be? And, you know, YouTubers have been bringing out books left, right and centre, and pretty much all of them, from what I've heard and from what I've looked at, have been shit. But honestly, I can't. I have no words to describe this. I want to shout from the rooftops everything that happened in this book. I just want to talk about it. I need people who have read this to talk about it so I can discuss the spoilers, because there are things that happened that I can't handle dealing with by myself. So please, someone, if you've read this, please tweet me, because I can't handle it. Fantastic book. Best book I have ever read. I have to say that this tops everything I've ever read, and I'm sorry to every author that I know. Estelle Mascom, Christy Logan, Holly Byrne, Gregory Maguire. I'm really sorry. Cassandra Clare, I'm sorry, but Carrie wins. Carrie wins everything. Give her all the awards. Amazing. I need to hug it again. so excited. I cannot wait for July. It's the best book. It's amazing. And I'm really sorry that if you've already been excited for it and now you're more excited for it, you're gonna have to wait till July. I can't. I just threw it. I'm sorry. It's so good. It's so good. I can't handle it. That is all the books that I read in March, guys. My Owl Crate should be arriving in the next couple of days, which is very, very exciting. And also on April 23rd, it will be my 1 year anniversary of being on BookTube. So yeah, it'll be a whole year that I've been making these videos. Please let me know if there's any sort of videos you'd like to see on here, if you want me to start doing tags or, I don't even know, bookshelf tour, just anything, and I will hopefully start uploading more regularly. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see you hopefully with a review, or probably with my Owl Crate. I'll probably be here tomorrow, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Please click the subscribe button and the like button and comment and do whatever. Bye!